All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and our home team. The first of four births is underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Go.
On 1st and 10, McGee. It's brought in by Mariani. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Come on,
so
set.
quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Matchbox lights. Fire.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain. Five.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
X3, 218, chopper.
2nd and 5. He'll buy some time right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
We got to step it up. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Pilot, 64, weak. Snap.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Kelly, that's complete. It's Gordon. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Play action, it's Kelly. And it's caught by Parker. Barker. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Kelly stripped. The ball is free.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
To throw on 2nd down. McGee throwing the out route incomplete. It's Barker. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
18 Gator.
Too little,
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running, it's Drake. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Raekwon McMillan. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Look at me. Go get it.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
132 fighter.
Watch safety three. Watch safety three.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Protein spill.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
And this is Shepard on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. To throw, Kelly. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check 26. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Throwing on first down, McGee. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Keep it up, defense.
General West. Hey, orbit. Ready.
To throw again, McGee. Over the middle, complete. It's Barker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, McGee. He completes it to Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Operating from the gun. McGee to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Kelly. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted. Spotted at the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Second and 11 at the 14-yard line.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's put that team on the clock. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Get the ball. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. You go tight. You got tight. Hit it.
Kelly throwing on third and long. And he finds Parker here, complete. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing to start the drive. McGee, he's going to dump it off to Gurley. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley. 75 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, by 7.
44, Mike, 44. You better be afraid.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Jump. Move your focus. Now.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33. That's sort of a prime example, is it not, of selling out defensively on 4th and short?
It certainly is, because what you're doing defensively is saying you're going to stop them right there at the line of scrimmage or make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Instead, they get just enough of a hole chopped, and you're thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels, then you become a chaser instead of a tackler.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
At the 33-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Get it.
A play fake. Now Kelly. There goes a deep ball. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, 33 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, McGee. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
132 fighter. Ready?
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Kelly. Going deep here for Parker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Protein spill. Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 9 now. This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. McGee. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barker. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very solid gain of 27.
At the 49-yard line.
Check, 59. Got one. Kill.
Topper! Topper!
Check the backer, check the backer. Check, 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 check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Let's go!
On first down, McGee. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jarrell Casey able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's now third down and 10.
Here we go.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Let's bring it. Shift. Watch the shift. Slam, slam, slam. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Big river.
Off play action. McGee. Over the middle here to Brown. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. To throw is Kelly. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Gurley. He will push his way down to about the 14. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 14-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's complete to Mariani. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch the screen. Pass. Watch twin.
Go.
Check 31. Check 31.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
218, chop snap.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Dolphins take over first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Off the play fake. Kelly. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Kaiser White.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And looking at it from the perspective